Hey there, welcome to VCode's 100 Days of Coding Challenge. Today is day 14 and let's see the question number 1. So the question is, create a Java program that introduces basic concepts of exception handling. We need to implement a method that throws an exception and another method that catches and handles it. So we need to write a Java program with a method that throws a custom exception, implement another method that catches and handles this exception gracefully. So there is no particular input format, but the output must print relevant messages indicating the successful handling of the exception. So there are no test cases here, so as there is no input. So the constraint says we need to use a custom exception class, and output is exception caught, which is custom exception, and handled by the custom exception catch block. So we have already gone through this similar question before. Here what we actually need to do is, we won't use an inbuilt exception, but we are going to create our own custom exception and print a message. In that one we are going to we are going to throw that exception inside one method and handle it using try and catch blocks. So let's quickly create a Java file. So I'll name it as let me name it as day14.java, and so we will have here the main method. So now I'll create a class called custom exception. So exception which extends the exception class which is already present. So now whenever this so I will create a constructor for this custom exception, so that when an object or instance is created for this class, then there will be a message printed that custom exception created, or you can say custom exception occurred. So occurred would fit into this phrase. So now I have created the custom exception. Now I will create another method in this class called public static throw the exception. So throw exception method which will be throwing this custom exception. So I will be writing throw, and then I'll create a instance of that custom exception class. That's it. So now we can see the return type is missing. Okay, so void. As there is no return type, then it is void. Also as it is throwing, so here we have to write throws custom exception, because we need to know, the developer or whoever is seeing the code, that this code inside is going to throw a certain exception. So we need to mention here using throws, whereas this throw will actually is explicitly calling that this exception must occur here. So this is one method. So now we will write exception handling method, exception handle, and in this method I will write try and catch blocks. Here I am directly going to throw the exception, so I am calling this method here which will throw the exception, and then we know that that would happen, and then it would go to the catch block where it would handle the custom exception here. So custom exception E, and I would print here. So what we will print is custom exception handled. So that's it. So this catch block will be helping us in handling the custom exception, and in the main method I'm directly going to call the exception handle method, so that we can observe what's happening here. So I'll format it so you can see it is looking great now. So now let us run this code and check. So java c day14.java and java day14. So you can see the custom exception occurred as well as handled. So here what we have done in this question today is, we have created a custom exception by ourselves and then written a method which would throw that exception, that particular exception, and then we handled the exception using try and catch blocks. First of all, it will try, and whenever the exception occurs, then it would catch that exception and it prints the statement which we have written. In the main method I have called the same method itself. So that's it for this video. Do follow the 100 days of coding challenge by VCode. Thank you for watching.